In this video, we embark on an extraordinary journey to explore one of humanity's most perplexing enigmas: what transpires after the cessation of life. We delve into ancient wisdom, religious doctrines, philosophical debates, and modern scientific theories to present a comprehensive perspective on the afterlife. Stay with us as we examine mysterious texts, enigmatic experiences, and profound insights that challenge our understanding of existence. Death has been a source of wonder and contemplation since the beginning of human consciousness. Every culture and civilization has sought to answer the question of whether death marks an absolute end or if there exists a continuation of the soul in a realm beyond the physical. In this video, we carefully explore various viewpoints on what happens after the final breath is drawn. We present a detailed discussion that incorporates ancient traditions, religious beliefs, philosophical reasoning, and modern scientific investigations. The discussion not only reveals historical perspectives, but also integrates the most recent insights and theories that continue to intrigue scholars and spiritual seekers alike. From the earliest days of recorded history, humankind has constructed elaborate narratives to explain the mystery of the afterlife. One of the most influential sources of ancient wisdom is the sacred text known as the Book of the Dead. This venerable text, originating in ancient Egypt, was believed to serve as a guide for the soul as it navigated the perils of the underworld. The Book of the Dead comprised a collection of spells, prayers, and instructions that were intended to safeguard the deceased during their passage through the realms of darkness and uncertainty. It provided detailed accounts of the trials and moral tests that awaited the soul, ensuring that only those who had led virtuous lives could achieve eternal existence in a paradisiacal afterlife. In addition to the Egyptian tradition, the spiritual heritage of the Himalayan region offers a fascinating perspective through the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This sacred text describes the intermediate state between death and the rebirth that follows. According to Tibetan teachings, the period following death is not marked by immediate oblivion. Instead, it is a transitional phase during which the consciousness experiences a series of visionary encounters. These encounters include vivid images, symbolic representations, and profound lessons that are intended to prepare the soul for its next incarnation or its ultimate liberation. The detailed instructions provided in this ancient text emphasize that death is not an end, but a transformative journey that can lead to higher states of awareness and understanding. Religious beliefs have always played a pivotal role in shaping human conceptions of the afterlife. In many faith traditions, the journey after death is seen as a continuation of the moral and spiritual journey undertaken during earthly life. For instance, in Christianity, the promise of eternal life is a cornerstone of belief. Christians maintain that the soul survives physical death and is rewarded with an everlasting existence in a heavenly realm if it has embraced the virtues of love, forgiveness, and faithfulness. The teachings of Christianity emphasize that the moral choices made during life determine whether one experiences eternal bliss or faces eternal separation from the divine presence. Similarly, in the teachings of Islam, the transition following death is marked by the soul's entrance into an intermediary realm known as barzakh. In this state, the soul awaits the day of final judgment, when every deed performed during life is meticulously accounted for. The doctrine in Islam stresses the importance of living a life characterized by righteousness and justice as the ultimate destiny of the soul, whether in eternal paradise or a realm of punishment, is determined by the moral weight of one's actions. Eastern religious traditions offer equally rich and varied interpretations of the afterlife. In Hinduism, for instance, the concept of reincarnation is central to the understanding of life beyond death. The soul, referred to as the Atman, is considered to be eternal and undergoes a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth known as samsara. Each lifetime presents an opportunity for the soul to evolve, learn, and move closer to the ultimate goal of liberation, known as moksha. This intricate system of moral cause and effect teaches that the quality of one's actions in each lifetime has profound implications for future existences, thus instilling in its adherents a deep sense of responsibility and reverence for the journey of life. In modern times, the quest to understand the nature of death and the afterlife has taken on new dimensions with the contributions of philosophy and science. The age-old question of whether consciousness is merely a byproduct of the physical brain or whether it represents something more profound continues to captivate researchers and scholars alike. Many contemporary philosophers argue that the mystery of consciousness may extend beyond the confines of the material world. They propose that the mind could have a non-physical aspect that persists even when the body ceases to function. Advances in neuroscience have mapped many of the brain's functions, yet the subjective experience of consciousness remains elusive. Some scientists have begun to explore the possibility that consciousness may be linked to quantum phenomena. The field of quantum physics has introduced concepts such as quantum entanglement, wherein particles become so deeply interconnected that the state of one directly influences the state of another, regardless of the distance separating them. This phenomenon has led some researchers to speculate that consciousness might operate on a similar principle, potentially enabling aspects of the mind to persist after death. Although these ideas are highly speculative and remain the subject of vigorous debate, they offer a tantalizing glimpse into a possible continuity of the self beyond the physical realm. Near-death experiences provide another intriguing window into the mystery of the afterlife. Many individuals who have encountered clinical death report remarkably similar experiences, such as moving through a tunnel, encountering a radiant light, and feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and unity. These accounts, which have been documented across diverse cultures and religions, raise important questions about whether the phenomenon of death is accompanied by a shift in consciousness rather than a complete cessation of existence. While the scientific community continues to investigate these experiences with rigorous skepticism and empirical research, the consistency of these reports has fueled ongoing discussions about the possibility that there is more to life than what meets the eye. Among the various texts that have attempted to shed light on the mysteries of the afterlife, one enigmatic book has captured the imagination of mystics, scholars, and seekers for centuries. This mysterious book is reputed to contain secret knowledge regarding the transition from mortal existence to an existence beyond the physical plane. Shrouded in legend and mystique, the text is said to detail ancient rituals, symbolic codes, and metaphysical pathways that the soul may traverse as it embarks on its eternal journey. The book proposes that death is not a terminal event, but rather a transformative gateway. It presents the afterlife as a multi-dimensional realm in which the traditional boundaries of time and space dissolve, revealing a reality that is far more complex and intertwined than the material world. According to the teachings contained within this mysterious text, the soul has the potential to ascend to higher realms of existence, provided that it has accumulated wisdom, embraced compassion, and led a life guided by virtue. The vivid imagery and allegorical language used in the text serve to remind us that the transition from life to death is not an end, but an evolution, a profound metamorphosis that opens the door to limitless possibilities and eternal exploration. The accounts of near-death experiences are among the most compelling pieces of evidence that hint at the persistence of consciousness after the physical body has ceased to operate. Individuals who have undergone clinical death frequently describe encounters that defy the conventional understanding of reality. These experiences often include visions of luminous landscapes, meetings with benevolent presences, and a sense of being enveloped in unconditional love and peace. The similarities among these accounts, regardless of cultural or religious background, have led many researchers to consider the possibility that near-death experiences reflect a universal truth about the nature of human consciousness. The consistency of these experiences across disparate groups of people suggests that there may exist a fundamental aspect of the human soul that remains intact despite the cessation of physical life. Although scientific explanations have attempted to attribute these phenomena to the effects of oxygen deprivation or neural disinhibition, such explanations do not fully account for the profound transformative impact that many individuals report. Consequently, near-death experiences continue to fuel the debate over whether death represents the absolute termination of consciousness or merely a transition into a different state of existence. At the heart of the discussion about what occurs after death is the question of the soul. Many spiritual traditions assert that the soul is the immortal essence of an individual, the repository of one's experiences, emotions, and wisdom. The soul is often described as a divine spark, a fragment of a greater cosmic consciousness that continues to exist long after the physical body has withered and decayed. Modern scientific inquiry into the nature of consciousness has revealed that there is still much that remains unknown. Although significant progress has been made in understanding the brain's structure and function, the subjective experience of consciousness, what it means to be aware and to experience life, remains one of the most profound mysteries in science. Some theorists propose that consciousness might be a fundamental aspect of the universe, akin to space and time, and that it could exist independently of the physical structures that support it. This line of thought opens up the possibility that the soul, as a carrier of consciousness, may persist, even when the biological functions of the body have ceased. When contemplating the phenomenon of death, it is essential to place it within the grand tapestry of the universe. The cosmos is an intricate and boundless expanse where every entity, from the tiniest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy, is interconnected. The laws of physics tell us that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. This principle has led some scientists and philosophers to postulate that the energy that constitutes our consciousness may also be conserved in a form that transcends the physical body. In this broader cosmic context, death may be seen as a transformative process rather than a definitive end. The energy of the soul, much like the energy in the natural world, could be continually recycled and repurposed. This perspective challenges the traditional view of death as an absolute termination and suggests instead that it might be an essential component of a perpetual cycle of renewal and transformation. By embracing this cosmic viewpoint, we are invited to consider the possibility that our existence is part of a vast, interconnected continuum that extends far beyond the confines of our individual lifetimes. Throughout history, mystical traditions have offered rich narratives about the journey of the soul after death. These traditions, often steeped in symbolism and allegory, describe the passage of the soul as a process of purification, learning, and eventual transcendence. The mysterious book that outlines the stages of the soul's journey reminds us that the path after death is not predetermined. Instead, it is a dynamic process influenced by the choices and experiences accumulated during life. This ancient wisdom teaches that every experience, whether joyous or sorrowful, contributes to the evolution of the soul. The trials and tribulations faced during mortal life are seen as opportunities for growth and enlightenment. In this light, The challenges of existence are transformed into stepping stones that facilitate the soul's gradual ascent toward a state of ultimate understanding and unity with the divine. The teachings encourage each individual to live with mindfulness, compassion, and integrity, for every action leaves an indelible mark on the eternal journey of the soul. In recent decades, there has been a notable convergence between scientific inquiry and spiritual exploration. Researchers from diverse disciplines are increasingly open to examining the mysteries of consciousness and the afterlife through a synthesis of empirical research and metaphysical speculation. This interdisciplinary approach seeks to bridge the gap between the material and the mystical, offering fresh insights into some of the most profound questions of human existence. One promising area of research is the study of quantum consciousness. Some scientists have begun to explore whether the principles of quantum mechanics could provide a framework for understanding how consciousness might persist beyond the physical brain. Although these theories are still in the early stages of development, they suggest that the universe may be far more interconnected than previously imagined. This emerging field of study invites us to consider that the boundaries between life and death are not as rigid as they appear, and that there may exist a realm in which the mind can continue its exploration of reality long after the body has departed. As societies evolve, so too do the beliefs and narratives surrounding the afterlife. In the modern world, traditional religious dogma is increasingly being supplemented by scientific discovery and personal experience. The convergence of ancient wisdom with contemporary inquiry has given rise to a more eclectic and nuanced understanding of what lies beyond death. In this video, we observe that modern culture tends to view the afterlife as an amalgamation of diverse influences, from the mystical visions of ancient texts to the empirical investigations of neuroscience. This evolving perspective reflects a broader shift in human thought, where certainty is replaced by curiosity and the recognition that some questions may never be fully answered. Instead of clinging to a single dogmatic interpretation, modern seekers are more inclined to embrace the ambiguity and mystery that surrounds the afterlife. This open-minded approach allows for a richer and more diverse conversation about the nature of existence and encourages individuals to explore their own beliefs about life after death. The notion that consciousness may endure beyond the physical lifespan carries with it profound ethical and philosophical implications. If there is indeed a realm where the soul continues its journey, then every decision made during life gains monumental significance. The mysterious book that outlines the soul's progression after death serves as a reminder that our actions are not confined to the temporal realm. They resonate across the continuum of existence. This understanding calls upon each of us to live with heightened awareness and moral responsibility. It urges us to act with compassion, integrity, and empathy, for the legacy of our choices may extend far beyond our mortal years. The possibility of an enduring soul encourages individuals to seek truth, foster meaningful relationships, and contribute positively to the collective well-being of society. In this way, the exploration of the afterlife is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a call to elevate our everyday lives toward a higher purpose. Despite centuries of inquiry and debate, the ultimate fate of the soul remains one of the most elusive mysteries in human experience. Many questions persist regarding the nature of consciousness, the possibility of reincarnation, and the precise mechanisms that might allow the soul to transcend physical death. This video is not intended to provide definitive answers, but rather to serve as a catalyst for further reflection and discussion. The mysterious book that has captured the imagination of seekers throughout the ages challenges us to confront the unknown. It invites us to acknowledge that, while much has been revealed about the nature of life and death, there remain vast realms of uncertainty and wonder. This recognition of the limits of our knowledge is itself a source of inspiration. It compels us to continue exploring, questioning, and seeking understanding, even in the face of mysteries that may never be completely resolved. Beyond the theoretical and philosophical discussions, the question of what happens after death is intensely personal. Each individual must confront the reality of mortality and the possibility of an existence beyond the physical. In this video, we encourage viewers to reflect on their own beliefs and experiences. Whether one finds comfort in religious teachings, solace in scientific inquiry, or inspiration in mystical traditions, the journey to understand the afterlife is ultimately a deeply personal one. Many individuals find that contemplating the mystery of the afterlife brings a sense of meaning and purpose to their lives. It can inspire a renewed commitment to living fully and authentically, with a conscious awareness of the impermanence of the physical world. In embracing the mystery, one may also discover a deeper connection with the universe, a recognition that each life is a precious thread woven into the vast tapestry of existence. In conclusion, the exploration of what happens after death is a journey that transcends the boundaries of time, culture, and discipline. This video has taken you on an extensive exploration of ancient wisdom, religious doctrines, philosophical debates, and modern scientific theories. The mysterious book that has been the focal point of our discussion serves as a symbolic guide, suggesting that death is not a final cessation, but rather a transformative passage into a realm of endless possibility. The ideas and insights presented here invite us to live with greater purpose and mindfulness. They encourage us to consider that the end of physical life may mark only the beginning of a new chapter in an eternal and ever-evolving journey of the soul. Although definitive answers may continue to elude us, the process of exploration itself enriches our understanding of existence and inspires us to embrace the mystery with both courage and curiosity. Thank you for joining us on this profound exploration of the afterlife. We hope that the ideas presented in this video have sparked your curiosity and invited you to reflect deeply on the nature of life, death, and the eternal journey of the soul. May the quest for understanding continue to guide you on your path, and may you find solace in the knowledge that every ending is merely a precursor to a new and mysterious beginning.